exciting. So, what I'm trying to just say is that this helped us what started. Because it can even give you hypertension. When you have a job and all of a sudden things are not working fine and you don't have any alternative. Recently, I don't know, I know we don't want to talk about it, but this past week, I know about 2 people that have died. And do you know why? High blood pressure. That is what killed them. Not that they didn't know they had it, but they felt I'm managing it. You can manage your health, but if you don't manage the situation, it cannot help any drug that you are using. That is part of the things we have to consider. So, it looks as if it's hard now, but better we go through the hard way. Don't wait until policy starts. Start your own policy. Be your own government. I'm sure, sir, you have a generator. You have a bowl. Okay. So, which government again do you need? Aha. You have security man. So you have defense. You have minister. You are minister of power. You see, you see now, we are all running a country without knowing. So, because I've been told I have not a long time, so I don't want to take a lot of time. Then the number 3, education, efficiencies and outcome. Inadequate focus on lifelong learning to develop high skill opportunity and a mismatch of skill requirement for entry and succeeding in labor market has hindered Nigeria and our citizens from attaining its full potential and making a mark in the world. I'm just going to read this aspect, which says, because of this, we have reflective in the GDP per capita of these nations. Nigeria at $1,968.56. Germany at $44,469.91 USD. And France at $38,476.66 USD. It's looking like, what am I saying? What I'm just trying to say is that it's showing an average of 400% GDP per capita increase in countries with higher literacy level when compared to Nigeria in the fiscal year of 2017. Improving literacy can afford wealth, profitability, prosperity for we as Nigerian and nation at large. Quote, GDP per capita is a measure of a country's economic output that accounts for its number of people. It divides the country gross domestic product by its total population. I'll tell you one thing that is common, that is going on. You know, we are so stereotyped. We believe primary school, secondary school, university, and the next one, depending on which one you want, master 2. Which one again? Certifications. And when we have that, we believe we have arrived. And I can tell you, every time we are conducting an interview, you know what we see? I'll tell you the last one. A lady came in, very young, and she wanted to be a woman resources manager. And we said, what do you have? My God, she has fantastic CV. Everything, certified this, certified that. So we were happy, thank God. At last, this person will work. Okay, tell us, in Nigeria. What is going on with how did they do taxation with the pension and all that? Oh, madam, I told you I didn't school in Nigeria. I schooled in Cotonou. I said, yeah, we saw it here now. But you want to work in Nigeria. So how do we know that you can cope? Okay, we felt maybe she doesn't know. Define this, story. Define that, story. Okay. We now said, how much would you like us to pay you? No, it's just normal. Interview, they have to get to that point. Whether you are saying rubbish, they still have to get to that point. Madam, if they give me 300, I said, 300 what? I said, 300,000. We looked at ourselves. The manager was like, even me. She so believed in that certification. She believes she has arrived. And when we were trying to correct her that, you are getting it wrong. She said, no, I'm even doing another certification now. And just give me some time, and we have another master. We looked at ourselves. What is wrong? What is wrong is that we have gotten it all wrong. In developed country, there's something they call apprenticeship. And in apprenticeship, it's not about I have masters or whatever. They believe you have to serve. You have to go to, if you say, I read electronics, you have to go to a workshop to serve for 1 year. That is when you have the practical knowledge that, okay, how to do it this way, how to do it that way. But no, you just have problem with your light. And somebody will show up, now maybe the electrician, and you're like, okay, Oga, so this is what is going on. And before you know it, he's destroying things. And you're like, no, are you not supposed to troubleshoot, throw waiting? Madam, I change them, we go change them. And you're like, why? That's why you don't see anybody doing any troubleshooting here. Because problems are not meant to be changed. Problems are meant to be analyzed first, and then you now give solution. That's the way problem is. Then, when you have problem with your car, maybe you are going on the way, and all of a sudden it stopped, and you call a mechanic. I'm very sure that the people that made cars, they know that that can happen. So because of that, they have those tiny, tiny lights, indicators, showing what is going on. But do you know what they will say? Madam, open bonnet. And if you are not careful and you open that your bonnet, the next thing you see, first of all, they have shown that they are mechanic because they are dirty, they are with overall, and they are carrying battery. And then before you know it, they are cutting and cutting. If you are not careful, that car, you may not be able to repair it again. And that is the problem. We don't even look at the problem. We just want to solve it like that. And you don't assess any problem, you can never get to the root. Because what is obvious is not always true. That you have to understand in anything you do. So when they come to you and say, so thing is going on. Oh, so person said this about you. Yes, it may be, but it may not be true. So never ever just assume that what they said is true. You see yellow, don't say it is yellow until you confirm. Number 4, uneven national income distribution. There is a distant and substantial gap between the poor and the rich in Nigeria. Uneven national income distribution means an unequal access to wealth and income among the citizens of a particular country. Income can be from wages, salary, shares, rent, financial instrument. I want to jump because I want to say something. I would like also to let you guys know how God did it. Okay, it's back. Sorry. You know, for me, it has always been that there's always a way. And it has always worked for me. I remember logistics that we are doing. Years ago, I told my former boss, who turned to be my business partner and then my staff. I told him, I said, we can have a bonded terminal. And then he looked at me, at a gathering. He said, you Nigerians, you're always full of God will do it, I believe in God, and this. You know Germans, the way they talk. They don't believe in all these things because from their salary, 10% have been removed for church, so they believe I don't hold church anything anymore. So I said, okay, let's see. By God's grace, we worked at it. Right now, we have a bonded terminal. And that was what somebody said, it is not possible. It is possible. Right now, they give us jobs and we look at it and say, this is not the type of job we want to do. Because no matter the type of business you are doing, not everything that relates to that business you can do or you must do. Because some jobs, how juicy it looks, can get you to kirikiri. So, please, whatever you are doing, when you hear, okay, you are printing and somebody is coming to tell you, I need to print 1 million stuff, don't be too excited. Because it's always come in that form. I can tell you, we've had a share of this bad omen. We have people that have promised us, okay, don't worry, I have containers clear. Until today, we have not gotten our money, and we are in court. So you can imagine how it is. It is your money, it's not their money. This is not a thing that you did not pay. But for us, we have looked at it that in every business, there are some parts you have to pass through. If you don't pass through it, then you are not there yet. You must have story. And that is what happened to us, personally, to me. By God's grace, recently, at the end of the year, we normally like to do our retreat, and then we do our Thanksgiving. And we find out anytime we go to all these resorts, I don't want to mention any name, because most times we sleep over there. And we are like over 100 most times when we go. You'll find out at the end, they don't give you what you want. Is it that there's no water at some point, or the food does not come on time, or there are no toiletries? And because I always look at it, for me, if I'm buying anything from you, and it's not too expensive, I will continue. But the day it starts getting expensive and no value, I will think of getting my own. That is the way we worked. And that's why now you can call and I'll tell you, oh, you want to clear 300 hectares, don't worry, we have track loader. That came because we found out that every land that we have, whenever we want to clear, and you call people to come and clear, they will tell you, per day, madam, per day, 90-something thousand, you will give the driver 5,000 naira for food. And you will also buy fuel. And we looked at it. Sometimes they will be there for 2 months. So calculate that amount every day. Is it not already more than the price of the land? So, because of that, we got our own truck loader. And then we said, okay, if you can do it, we can do it too. So anything, if God has helped you and you can do, and you are paying too much for it, please go ahead and have your home. You know, it's because we are very comfortable in this country. Although we have very ambitious people in this country. Nigeria, to me, we are the most ambitious people in the world. And I'll tell you why. You can go out there, you see a woman backing her child, and she's still making akara. She wants to just make some money. She doesn't want to wait for anybody. You will see somebody on the street trying to sell bekere. You wonder, what are you going to make from this little thing? That's because that person is ambitious, wants to be something. We just have our levels. Everybody is ambitious. Then, for the results, we looked at it that, okay, fine, I have some properties. Why not try to do something? And that is how Redline Leisure and Resorts came about. I've had it for some time, but we've been using it privately. But people start telling me, this thing, madam, that you are just doing privately, you can actually make money from it.
I see some of these things were actually being passed from your great-grandfather and downwards. So there are times, there are some things we need to be, we actually need to check these things, okay? So the earlier we find out about these things, the better it is we're managing and controlling some of these ailments. So health is wealth. Please, let's not joke with it at all. It's more expensive actually for us for these things to hit us. Okay, please, let's have our questions, okay? Remember, we have 2 speakers today, okay? So at the end, when the second facilitator is done, then we'll take all the questions and then ask our speaker. Without wasting much time, I would like to introduce our next speaker. Are we together? Are we together? Hello? Let's introduce our second speaker. Our second speaker is in the person of Mrs. Jane Obioma Onwumere, who is the Group Managing Director of P1 Group. She leads a team of 12 Managing Directors, which tells you why she is the Group Managing Director. She's the Managing Director of Managing Directors. She leads a team, like I said, leads a team of 12 Managing Directors with 110 direct staff spread across 12 affiliate companies that make up the P1 Group, and over 30,000 independent real estate professionals. The real estate dream was birthed in March 2012 with a pioneer company known as P1 Homes. P1 Homes pioneered the first real estate network marketing business in Nigeria. And she and her husband actually thought this up when they felt they could actually make housing affordable for virtually every Nigerian. In the history of Nigeria, we have not experienced more people in real estate than we have now. And it's all due to this novel idea birthed by this couple, even at the time when they were homeless. In 2017, Jane Onwumere, who is also known as Mama Africa, is single-handedly funded or empowered about 50 women to start up small business ventures or to improve existing ones with 50,000 naira each through her Empowerment for All Women program. This she intends to do every year for as long as the Lord enables her to do so. She has organized several outreach to orphanages with a lot of provisions and monetary gifts. Jane Owumer is a lifelong leader and an alumni of Lagos Business School and is presently undergoing the Owner-President Management Program at the prestigious Harvard University in Boston, USA. She is married to her best friend, a man she believes God used to birth relevance in her life, and they are blessed with 3 lovely children. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as we stand and welcome our very own.
Thank you very much. Please sit. Wow, Alice K. I'm happy you are coming back because there's something you've not yet told us, and you have to tell us. It's good seeing you again. The last time I saw you was under that place, sir, when we were still worshiping under that place. That was where she came to share. Yes. Good to see you again. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. As she was speaking, our senior pastor walked in, and yesterday was his birthday, and I want us to wish him a happy birthday again. So yes. Thank you all for being here. First and foremost, I want to give God the glory for this moment. Whoever thought about it? 7 years ago, whoever thought that I would be holding a microphone, talking to people? But God made it possible. So when we say our team is well able, capacity for more, every one of us in this place, we are well able to do even more than we're already doing. We're well able. We are so well able to do it. For over 2 weeks, my husband has been asking me, what is the topic? What do you want to talk about? And I said, I'm going to be telling the P1 story. I can't think of a better thing to do than to tell the P1 story. And if you remember in the Bible, from Abraham to his sons, they've always told the Jewish story. They tell it from generation to generation. Why do they tell that story? So people don't forget. So people will always remember. They tell the good ones, they tell the bad ones, they tell everything about their story. And today, they are studying it in schools. The Jewish, what we call the Jewish phenomena, the Jewish story, everything is now a cause for. Because if you really want people to learn from what you have done, the best thing is to tell that story as much as you can. Tell it over and over. The more they hear it, they may hear it today and do nothing with it. They may hear it the next time, and that's when something will be ignited in them. So you tell the story over and over. So today, once more, I'm going to be telling the P1 story. We have a little jotter I did. It's small. I don't know if he's here yet. Is he here? Have they brought it? Is chairman around? Okay. I said I'm going to give it to everybody. Just write a small jotter, P1 group jotter. Just write the P1 story on it. And when you go back home, you can go through it from time to time. And believe me, I want to say that whatever P1 did in the last 6-7 years, by March next year, we'll be 7 years in business. Anybody here can do the same thing. Because principles are universal. You can repeat it anytime. Just learn, how did the person do it? How are they doing it? And you can do the same thing. Of course, like Alice Kai said, I love it's pronounced, spelled K, but pronounced Kai. Like Alice Kai said, it's not everything that is for everybody. But I think that most things can also be for most people. The P1 story. My husband said to me this morning that there's no better person to tell the P1 story but you. Because for the past 7 years, I've simply lived, slept, breathed P1 every day. In fact, there were times my husband would ask, it's like you care about people more than everything else. But why? For me, it is a trust. For me, it's a trust. So I protect it jealously. I guide people so jealously. Because God couldn't have done all this just because he wants to give me money to eat. Couldn't have done all this just because he wants to give me money to buy clothes, or money to buy a car and all that kind of thing. No, he did it for a purpose. He did it for a purpose. And we have to protect that trust. I tell all the managing directors that we must protect P1 group with all our heart, with all our strength. Because when God brings people into your life and use people to bless you, it is because he also wants you to bless those people. And he also wants you to protect what those people have entrusted into your care. Every time somebody gives us 100,000, 20,000, 30,000 for a plot of land, I feel that the person is entrusting us with something to keep. And we must keep and guide that thing jealously. About 10 years ago, I met my husband. And every time I think about him, I bless God. Every time. God, that's the starting point of the difference that I'm making in the world today. And I pray for everybody here that one day, God, if you need somebody, God will bring somebody for you. God brought somebody for me in 2008, August 2008. I've always loved network marketing, and I was in a network marketing business. Passing one day, he was sitting like Pastor is sitting, and he put out his leg, and I nearly fell down. And I turned to him and said, "Come, do you want me to fall?" And he said, "If I fall, I will catch you." I just ignored him and went to where I was going. When I came out, he followed me. And he said, "I'm going with you wherever you're going to." And that is the story. That's the way we started it today. He's the son of a rich man, but he didn't have money then. So every little cover I have, 1,000, he will spend it. 2,000, he will spend it. Yeah, what's wrong with this man? What kind of human being is this? A woman is supposed to have a man who gives this way that if you have, he still does that today. If I have anybody in my bag, he spends it. And that was how it all started. But he was a very ambitious person, like Alice K said. You must be very ambitious. Seriously, you need to be ambitious. If you try one thing, it fails, just start another one. It fails again, start another one. It is not over until it is over. Keep starting. Yes, it is never over. He was very ambitious. And he used to tell me what he's going to do for me. So many things. I didn't want to marry him, but he was telling me so many good stories. And I was thinking in my mind that if I leave this one to marry somebody else, and one day I see him with all these things he's telling me, I'll be wondering why I left him. So eventually I agreed to marry him. And he told me he was going to wed me in a horse-drawn carriage, which he never did. And so many things like that. And recently he started a new one again, and I said, he was telling you something the other day. The chairman of the P1 group, that's the person I'm talking about. He's not just ambitious, he's also very hardworking. That was the next thing I also saw. This guy is very hardworking. By 6 a.m. he's up, he's dressed, he's out. And he does that today. Very hardworking. And these are some of the things I'm going to tell you that made P1 Group what it is today. Very hardworking. And he's also a very fast mover. Very fast mover. In fact, if you are just discussing two of you and he's listening, he's already up and doing. I mean, he overhears you talking about an idea or something, he's already up and doing. He doesn't waste time. He's a very fast mover. And I remember a movie we used to show in our programs then, The Secret. He says, move. Once you get that feeling and it's good, just move. That is the kind of person chairman was. And he's everything that I am not. And I recognize these things. That's why when I say the man God used to better relevance, people have always told me from childhood that I'm very intelligent, I read a lot of books, I attend a lot of programs, I know a lot of things, but I don't know how to do things. I can help you start a business and you are doing well. But for me to start is a different thing. Meanwhile, I can come in and tell you, do this, do that, do this, do this, and it works for you. But I was still very poor, homeless, living out a bag 10 years ago until I met him. The first business we did together was a program called Learning World, which failed after 6 months. It started on the 12th of June 2009, and by the 12th of June 2009, by the 12th of December 2009, it was gone. Well, it has failed. And that became a journey of homelessness for 2 years and some months. We moved from one place to the other in those 2 years and some months. Living out of handbags, living in people's home, enduring all manner of insults and everything. But in all this time, chairman kept on working. He would carry his computer, do anything he could do just to get me money to eat. And we kept on like that until 2012 when we started P1 Homes. And that brings me to the first thing I'm going to talk about. The starting point of every great achievement. What is it? Can anybody tell me? Eh? What? Okay. All good. The starting, what do you want to say? Okay, good, all good. The starting point of every great achievement is desire. Desire. You have a desire, a burning desire, an intense desire to do something. For my home, it was to own a home. I wanted to have a place of my own. I wanted to have a place of my own that the very first apartment we wanted to rent, when somebody took it before we could rent it, I sat down on the floor and started crying. We had squatted in several places, and then we saw this apartment that was 300,000 naira, and we felt we could afford it. And I said to chairman, there's this flyer I picked up in Full Gospel some time ago. I said, please, I'm telling you a story, please. I'm not teaching, I'm not here to teach, I'm here to tell you a story. And I'm talking slowly because I want you to hear me. Okay? We've been in this church for 8 years. This is actually my 8th year in Word Assembly. And we started P1 after about 1 year of being in the church. And God prospered us here. So if you're a member of Word Assembly, God can prosper you here. It's a good ground. You understand? And I have watched people in that 7 years that will be here, watch P1 do what we're doing, and not really many are keying in. It's a problem. You saw us come into this church without even food to eat at times, nowhere to sleep at times, nothing, and yet we've started a business that has almost become at least a national phenomenon. That is the model that most people in real estate today are using to do business. And it started from your very house, and many of us are still watching. There is something not quite right there. You understand? There's something not quite right there. That is why when I heard Favor's testimony the other Sunday, I was excited. I was very happy. But I had told Pastor Philip that time will come when a lot of men and women will rise out of this house. But it has to start from desire. Desire to make a difference, first in your life, and then, of course, in the life of others. Please, first in your life, like I said, first in your life. and then in the life of others. Because learning word failed because we wanted to make a difference in the life of others. Before you do charity, make money first. Then when you have made money, start doing charity. But if you want to do charity where you have not made money, in fact, you become a charity case yourself. You become a beggar, begging people money to do what you want to do. So the starting point is what? Desire. Even that charity is desire. You want to do this. You want to do that. So the starting point of every great achievement is desire. Start with a very strong desire. For me, at that point in 2011, I will even say that P1 really started 2011, even though we really eventually started work 2012. Because that was the first thing we wanted in 2011. We wanted to do real estate. I felt that if we start real estate, our problem of accommodation will be solved. But first of all, we needed accommodation. I came to Pastor Philip. And after talking with him, he said, Sister Jane, go and meet Pastor Peter. Tell him I sent you to give us 300,000 naira to rent an accommodation. And when I got there, I felt embarrassed. How will I at my age be asking somebody to give me money to pay for house? I didn't know, so I said to him, sir, now please listen to me, because the things I'm sharing with you, once I step out of that, I may not share it. Because I'm a businesswoman. They're my business secrets. Okay? Yeah, but I will share now. I went to him and I said, sir, there is this family that wants us to do survey for them. If you give us so and so amount of money to give them, we will do the survey. We give you so and so quantity of land. And then we will keep this quantity. Of course, in every money an agent gets, there is a commission, a percentage for yourself. So I said to him, if he gives me money, I said, if he gives me money to do business, we will out of it rent an apartment. But this is what you are going to get. It sounded good to him. I said, but Sister Jane, we want to buy a house now. He was planning to buy a house then in BGC. Just wait. I will send for you. I said, okay, we left. We kept on going up and down like that. And then in December, he called me and said they bought a house. They are furnishing. In February, he called me and said, Sister Jane, hey, what was that you were talking about? And I came back again and shared the whole thing with him. And he said, okay, but I cannot do it alone, that if I can get one person. And for me, it was an easy thing to do. You know why? I've read Robert Schuller's book called, what's the name of that book again? Tough Times Don't Last, but tough people do. If you remember, in that book, he went to meet a man about the Crystal Cathedral. And the man said, if you can raise this money, you come, I will give you the rest. So immediately he said that, I knew what to do. I went to my brother-in-law and I said, Pastor Peter is ready to give me this amount of money. But he wants me to get somebody else to give me this. So if you give me this, I will get this. And that was it. They both agreed to give me the money. And I went back to Pastor Peter and said, my brother-in-law has agreed to give me the other balance. And he said, okay, how much is it? We drew up the agreement. He gave us 834,000 naira. Can you imagine what 834? In fact, I left his house. It was about 10:30, 11 in the night. I was going to leave his house. He took me to my sister's house to go and sleep. And I wanted him to go. I wanted to hold it. I didn't want any story. I needed to have that check. So I was like, sir, you can go. I will be all right. He said, no, Sister Jane, I can't leave you on the road. I was knocking on my sister's door. She was not opening the door. And Pastor Peter was still standing there. This check is in my hands. And but of course, I didn't know Pastor Peter very well then, Pastor Peter I know to the man of integrity, there was no going back on that check anyway. But you know how you collect money from somebody and you just want to go? I wanted to go. And Pastor Peter didn't want to leave me. So eventually he took me back to his house and I slept in his house that night. And the next morning I went straight to the bank without even bathing. Put the check in the bank. And immediately it cleared, I bought 2 phones. 2 phones, work tools, 2 phones. One for my husband. You know the Nokia phone with a touchlight? I bought a red one for myself and a blue one for chairman, and business have started. Pastor Peter said something to me. Please. I'm telling you a story of what happened. And later I will tell you the things I've done since starting P1 and running P1. Because of course you can start with a desire, but you cannot build a business just on desire. Other things now have to be put in place. Now this is a small book. We deliberately made it small. Just write only the P1 story on it. Please. Thank you. We paid in the money, but we didn't rent house first because the money was not going to rent house. We needed to do the job. He gave us 834,000. We gave 800,000 naira to the surveyor, and we kept 34,000. I think that phone is about 6,000 naira each or so. Then I can't remember exactly the amount, but about 6,000. So we bought the 2 phones. We now have work tools. Work tools. But I didn't change that phone until somebody else bought me a phone. What I'm saying is that some people, they get hold of money and the first thing they want to do is to take care of themselves. We used 34,000 naira to buy 2 phones, one for him, one for me. P1 now has 2 workers, 2 lines, and we started work. We gave the 800,000 naira to the surveyor. The one that my sister brought gave the same 800,000 naira to the surveyor and kept 34,000. On each of the money, we kept 34,000. That is 68,000. With that, we could take transport, make phone calls, and do things. And then what happened? We lost the money. We lost that very first money, 1.6 million. We didn't know that we paid money into the hands of a fraudster. There was no land. It was no survey. The day we found out that we went, okay, now what happened was we now said, okay, while the survey is going on, what can we do? We went to somebody. So I'm here, I'm doing real estate. You can come to me. Favor is doing, you can equally go to her. And the type of real estate we do. We went to somebody who has estate to sell and said, sir, if you can give us 120 plots of land to sell. My husband is a salesman. He can sell anything to you. At times I try to hold him before you go and sell. I think if you can give us 120 plots of land to sell, we will sell it, return the money, and keep our profit. And the man said, okay, he gave us land to sell. And we started selling. We did flyers. We had 68,000, so we printed flyers with 15,000 naira. Alice K, you said something about starting a business. If you can't find funds, how do you start? She's very correct. You need, even if it's a small money. But what I always tell people, because I think it's in the Bible, right? I say that in the seed there is bread. In the bread there is seed. He that giveth bread to the eater, right? So you will have bread to eat and seed to sow again. But most people see small money as food. Small money doesn't have to be food. Okay? Small money doesn't have to be food. In that small money you have in your hand, you have a seed and you have bread. Because you must eat. So out of the 68,000 naira that was with us, we printed flyers, we bought phone, we printed flyers. You see, I've told this story many times, but yes, so many people do not hear it. When they come to me, they want me to give them 1 million, which I've done from time to time, and it goes. Give them 500,000, give them, and it just disappears. I titled this talk, Building a Business from the Ground Up. That is the best way to go. Because so many people do not know how to manage money. You need to learn how to manage money before big money begins to come into your hands. If you don't, you will lose it. That's what happened to us in 2009. We made money, we lost it. Because of course we didn't know how to manage money. But this time around, it was a different thing. We printed flyers to sell those 120 plots of land. We started distributing the flyer. Chairman was the person distributing. It is equally not the time to hire people. Do the work yourself. There will come a time where you can hire people. But in that beginning time, do the work yourself. Chairman used to wake up early in the morning by 5:30. He leaves the house by 5:30. That's if there is no light, I won't see him when he's leaving. He used to call an Okada that would come carry him, and he would go to Ajah bus stop, and he was distributing flyers on the hold-up. And I would dress up, come out to our very first office, which was a bar, opposite Safeway, Sammy's place. I would come there and sit there with my phone, waiting for calls. Now when he finishes, he will go home, have his bath. Home was where we were squatting there. Have his bath and come out to join me. Our 2 lines are on the flyer. So he's getting calls, I'm writing down the names. He's writing, I'm writing. And after we follow up, we did our first inspection on the 1st of May, 2012. Chairman went to Ajah bus stop and hired a vehicle to carry people for inspection. I'm telling you little things you can do to build a business. If you want, you have to have a desire to build a business. You understand? It was that business we started, that inspection we did, that made us discover that we had lost the 1.6 million naira. Somebody who came for inspection that day wanted to buy farmland. And I told him of the survey we were doing for a pastor in our church. And I said I would talk to him to see if he will sell part of the land for him to do a farm, or lease part of the land. He said okay, that he wanted to see the place. So we took him there. When we got there, the land has been cleared. And they've started a very big poultry on the place. We paid that money in March. This was in May, 2 months after. We started, it was a Wednesday, we were coming back here, we were coming to church. And we start at LBS, a small capstone there. Chairman and I sat down there, waiting for the surveyor to come. Up to today, he has not come. Because when we called him, he said he was coming. We said, okay, we're waiting for you in front of Lagos Business School. We started waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Up to today, he's yet to come. And it was service. Eventually, we left that place, entered service. We finished one service, went to meet the man that introduced us to him. But like I said, the rest is history. That brings me to the next thing I want to talk about. Integrity. You must have a little bit of fear in you. Pastor Peter was supposed to give us the next money, 834,000, when we discovered that incident. You know him. He will see me in church. I said, Sister Jane, when are you coming to pick up your check? But I could not pick the check from him anymore because I knew there was a problem. I told him, sir, I will see you later. So I will come. There is something we need to sort out. I didn't know how to tell him there was no land. At the same time, I was scared of picking up the second check. A lot of people will be doing a business with somebody. You know there's a problem, you still keep collecting money. You are already stealing your business. I really don't know why God does the things he does. But I want to say that integrity is very important. We could not collect any more money from Pastor Peter because we knew there was nothing to give him. So each time he called for us to come for the money, I would just give him. I didn't know what to do. But remember, we have started selling land. On the 2nd of May 2012, somebody paid 60,000. The man we took to Ebbe to show the land, the Pastor Peter's land, he bought land, 10 plots. But he didn't have any confidence in us anymore. He said he was going to pay directly to the owner. And we said, no problem. He paid to the owner and paid us 360,000 naira. Before we knew it, another one came. So when Favor was talking on Sunday, Favor is our church member who is also in real estate. And somebody paid 100,000. I understood it because that was how it all started. 60,000, 20,000, 30,000, the money is building up. And please, that is not the time to start eating the money. That is not the time to start spending the money. It is the time to build the money up first. We started selling land. In less than 2 months, Chairman and I had sold out 120 plots of land. Please clap for us. It's less than 2 months. We have sold 120 plots of land out, and P1 has started. Now, the house we wanted to rent left in April. 2 weeks after, we rented a place for 980,000 naira. But remember the day that house was rented, I sat down on the floor and started crying. Because all I could see was the house. So please, another thing you have to learn to see further. You know, I could identify with Apostolic Set-man yesterday. When he was talking about where problem comes, welcome it. How did I know that when we eventually rent a house, we'll be paying 980,000? Of course, today, like they say, the rest is history. But that losing that flat for me was like the ultimate thing. I had arranged it, the room we are going to use, the office inside it. I told Chairman, we will use one room because my husband he does so many things. We'll be doing laundry and dry cleaning in one room. We use one room we use the sitting room for reception. We live in one room. That was what I could see then. But I thank God that God was seeing more than that. Within 2 weeks of losing the apartment, we rented a duplex. Again, like I said, keeping money is very important. We were living upstairs, we were walking downstairs, and the house was unfurnished. Even if you are sitting on the ground. So we didn't furnish because we wanted to keep money. Remember, we had to pay for the land. We needed to give 3 million naira to somebody. We have met our first need, which was providing accommodation. The next thing is to gather the money and give to the person. And that was the very next thing we did. Now, what I've just talked about, is it difficult to do? So how many people will be starting? I'm talking about real estate, the one I know today. How many people will be starting after this session? You'll be starting. You too will be starting. You'll be starting. Funny enough, only women are raising their hands. Only women. So only women raise their hands. Yes. The men are not raising their hands. You say what? Okay. Let them think through. Please don't think too long. Don't be like me. I think too long. Chairman takes action. While you are still thinking, he's already moving. As he's moving, if there are mistakes, we are correct. But he's moving. But I will analyze, I will look at it again. I want to look at it. Everybody in the company knows that. I'll be very, very, very careful. Chairman is the one that just wants to move. Yes, he just wants to do. So if you don't have a partner who does, you have to do the both too. You have to do both the thinking and the doing. And please don't stay on the thinking for too long. Because while you are here thinking, somebody else has. You remember the man by the what? By the pool of. While he's still waiting, somebody else has moved on. So many people are still like that. I'm thinking of just start. Just move on. As you are making mistakes, you'll be corrected. P1 started making money. We lived in that house we moved into for the whole year without a single furniture. Because that was not our priority. If somebody is coming to visit you and the person cannot sit on the floor or whatever you have, the person doesn't have to. What you need is to work. You are building a business. You understand? The very first time that somebody paid the first money that came into our account, my mindset changed. Somebody has just given you money for a plot of land that you must deliver. If you know Omoniless, you will know that you can finish paying for that land and you don't have any land. Which means you have to make other plans. I'm not trying to scare you, please. The good in the business is more than the trouble. The only thing is that you have to learn to manage and build money. You have to learn to manage and build money. You know? Like my profile said, I just came back from Harvard. I could have gone through my books and brought out how to do this. But from my experience in life, it doesn't always work like that. That is why I decided I would just share with you. Because these are things I've gone through myself. Something we have experienced, we have touched, we are still doing till today. In fact, as I was preparing this morning, Chairman is already talking about another land he's going to buy. So it's something we are doing. Last night, I was in church here, sitting there. He was telling me, Obi, this land is, I have to tell you, I want to pay, I want to listen. You understand? So, it's something we are doing. We are still doing. We are going to continue doing. We are going to hand over to our children. Yesterday, Jokiba said to me that she wants to come and work. And this morning, I was just thinking, I think it's really a good time to start training this young girl. Because she keeps wanting to come to work. She keeps wanting to come to work. So I want to train her. In another 10 years' time, they will be getting tired. They will be taking over. So Jokiba, where is she? I saw Joshua. Where is Jokiba? So on Monday, 7 a.m. We resume by 7 a.m. on Mondays. And that brings me to the next thing I want to talk about. Your attitude to the business you are running. What is your attitude? Some people treat real estate. Before we started, real estate was treated like an income opportunity by the laymen. Somebody rents a house, you share commission, it ends there. Somebody buys land, you share commission, it ends there. But when we came in, we began to organize it into real business. You must be able to make a distinction between income, opportunity, and business. It then means that as a business, you have to begin to put in proper business principles. And the first thing I tell people in business is that the first thing is showing up. Showing up. So many people open shops, they don't go there. Or they come by 10 a.m., people are finished settling down and doing things. Because most of people see their business as where they just go to make money. No. Any business you are doing that has the capacity to change your life has the same capacity to change several lives, depending on how you organize it. So the first thing is showing up. In Pure Homes, we resume work by 7 a.m. on Mondays, 7:30 other days. Pure people are here. They will tell you. Because I recognize that early in business, and I want to say that I have never worked. Pure was my first organized work. So it's not as if anybody taught me what to do. Or I learned by, experience and other kind of thing. But we used to have people call us. We want to do inspection before going to work. And chairman is ready to do inspection by 12 midnight, if it is possible. So that was something I really appreciated in him in those early days. 6 a.m., 5 a.m., anytime anybody comes, he's ready. So early in business, we determined to show up when we are supposed to show up. You have to be there for people. When it is early in the morning, open shop, sit down. Whether anybody, I've been here since morning, there is no customer. Sit down there. Because customer will come, maybe at the very last minute. But so many people, they don't mind their business. They don't take care of their business. They treat it as, how much did you make today? 100,000. Okay, use this one, buy this. Use this one, buy this. They take the rest, put it in their pocket. They move. How will you build capital if you are doing that? How will you? Today, I don't go to work the way I used to. But after listening to her, I'm going to go and adjust certain things. Seriously. After listening to her, I'm going to go, this 35 minutes talk, she was talking about macroeconomics and microeconomics. I was not listening to macroeconomics and microeconomics, gross domestic products, and though I was not listening to those things, I was listening to those little things she was saying that is not macroeconomics and microeconomics. Because no matter how she explains it, so many of us will live here at this moment. We will know, what was it she said? I think macro, is it, macro or micro, You will remember it. That is the truth. But you can remember that she said, do not go into business because people are going into it. Do not do this because people are doing this. Do not do this because they are doing this. Do not go because, and if you have to go because people are doing those things, find out how it works. Find out how it works. In fact, she said something that is very, very correct. She said, do not go into a business if you cannot afford to fail. Now, he explained it one way, but the way I want to understand it is, if you cannot afford to lose the money, don't go. Because you can invest over 30 million, 20 million, 10 million in something and lose it. Can you afford to lose it? So go in only when you can afford to lose it. But if you cannot afford to lose it, please, it's still good to manage. Up till today, with whatever money it is that Pure makes, I'm still very, 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 I still, in fact, Cheva will tell me I'm very stingy. He calls me teacher's daughter. They say teachers, we measure yam. And truly I'm a teacher's daughter. So no problem. Because up to today, but the reason is this. Because Charis taught us that the 10 naira you save can buy cleaning detergent for the floor. You must buy cleaning detergent. If you save 10 naira, you can use it to go and buy the detergent. So why should you dip hands into your pocket to do so? I'm not stingy. He calls me stingy, but I'm not. I simply just understand that money must be kept and must be managed. Money must be kept and must be managed. So please let me go back to what showing up. Show up in your business all the time. Once it is morning, get ready. Get ready. Be ready in season and out of season. If somebody calls you, like in our own business, for those of you that are doing it now, for inspection, no excuse. You must do inspection. You must attend to the person. These were some of the things we did when we started P1. Why some people will be waiting in their house, tying towel by 12 noon, we are already at work early in the morning. And up to today in P1, we resume work on Mondays by 7. Pastor Solomon comes to pray with us every day, every Monday. By 7 a.m., he's there. So do you know that? Every Monday morning, 7 a.m., he's already there. So any staff not here there, they're running in. They're running in. Other days we resume by 7:30. There were times they complained, yeah, it's too early. No. But it's something we've been doing. And my GM is here. I saw Shego earlier on. I'm sure we're still doing it today. Now you get to the point where, like what she was saying, that she doesn't have anything to do again because everything is in. That is always the case with me. Apart from managing the group and trying to make sure that they understand what we expect from P1 Homes, I practically don't have anything to do again. I said the work has been taken out of my hands because they are doing it. So at least maybe I will come and learn one or two new businesses to do from you. Show up for your business. Treat it with all the seriousness it deserves. If you want a business to give you millions, why should you treat it casually? Why should you treat it casually? If it has the capacity to give you so much, why should you treat it casually? I saw one of our MDs here. I don't know if there's any other one here. Mr. Oberabo, one of our MDs. They are seated here. You understand? And the same thing they do in their various offices. At times by 9 o'clock, they're still at work. 10 o'clock, they're still at work. Let's take our work very, very, very seriously. And it will give us whatever it is we're looking for at the right time. You know, Apostle talking yesterday, you know, sir, you know he came in a very high dimension. If you don't have understanding, you won't be able to flow with him. But I could identify with everything he was saying so well. You understand? You have to keep doing whatever it is you believe that you have to do. You know why I'm saying this right now is that you may start a real estate business and you don't have the result I have. I've heard people in this neighborhood and others say, P1, there is something they're doing. They've not yet told us. There is nothing we are doing. It is an idea that came at the right time. But we also did not just collect money and go and sit down. We kept on working. And we're still working till today. And we still continue to work till tomorrow. Anybody here can do whatever we're doing and still have good results. I want to repeat again. Anybody here, any man that wants to start a real estate business, are we already in it, all of us? Are we already in it? All of us. Eh? You want to do what? Why? You are doing something else. I'm not talking to you. I'm not even looking in your direction because you're already in business. You see, the Bible says that through prosperity shall the kingdom be spread abroad. I was telling my husband last night that the money we make, I feel like we're in partnership with the church. That's the way I feel. that we are in partnership with the church. And it's only with money. If you are not there, the only other thing you can do is to be in partnership with the church with your finances. I want people to rise out of this house. I want men and women to come out of this house. And it is not rocket science. A lot of us can do whatever it is that P1 is doing. And may even do it better than us. Okay? When we were going home last night, I was telling chairman that there's a company, I told him I'm going to send Jockey Bird to work with. Sir, with your permission. Yeah, because I like the way the man organizes work. But behind, I'm learning from him. From behind, I'm learning from him. Even with my years of experience. I'm talking about one of the P1 companies. You understand? Of course, all of you know that today P1 has, from the book you are holding, there are over 13 companies right now. As at the time that thing was written, there were 12. I think about 15 right now. Yesterday, the chairman said in the next 3 years, there should be up to 60 P1 companies in existence. And we are doing it through people. Different people. So if you also want to be part of that movement, join the P1 group first. I'm not marketing. But join the P1 group and you can become a partner, an affiliate owner one day. So we started showing up. Was the first thing I talked about. Then the next thing I also want to talk about, because of those of us that may be in this business, is keeping record. We are in court today with somebody because we did not do what we were supposed to do. We trusted, we did. Today we are in court. Real estate business is volatile. I'm talking about P1 homes. You understand? We are in court today. Documentation. If I have P1 to do again, the first thing, apart from starting the business, the first thing I will do is making sure that I have proper documentation from beginning. Even if you are dealing with your brother or your sister, put it in writing. We are in court today. Somebody is suing us for a large sum of money because of that. And then, of course, the next thing again is accountability. Accountability. Pastor used to say something. He says that he keeps record of all his expenditures. How do you still do it? I've not yet learned that. But from Mr. Oberabo, sitting here, one of the MDs, I've come to begin to appreciate it. Mr. Oberabo has everything. Probably because he was a banker. You know, he has everything properly recorded. Properly recorded. These are some of the things that you have to learn in doing whatever business. These are the things we have. Now we learned it the hard way, but we are doing it right now. Keep documents. The person I'm in court with is somebody very close to me right now. Something happened and she needed something. And I did it, but I didn't have it documented. So we're in court. You know who I'm talking about? VGC. Very serious. So documentation, very, very important. Because business is not just about making money. Making money is part of it, but also keeping records of what you are doing, documenting what you are doing is very important. That's the only way you can have something to hand over to anybody. Please, if you start make sure that these things are in place, even from the beginning. Then I think some of the things I have here in my book, I began to talk about the mind. There is something that happened in our business some time ago. I think I lost it for nearly a year. I had all manner of things for nearly a year in my mind, and I couldn't function. So that's why I put that down when I was writing. You know, Pastor speaking some time ago was talking about every strong good imaginations that exalt itself against the knowledge of God. We started a business, God helped us. We're doing well, God helped us, right? Suddenly we felt it is in our own power. Okay? How many of you, just recently you started seeing me in church again, right? Some of you, recently you started seeing me in church again. I got so busy, we're no longer even coming to church. Yes, sir. You understand? And that was when various things began to creep into my mind. Various problems began to creep into my mind. So whatever it is that we're doing, whatever success it is we're enjoying, please, please, let us remember that God is first. I think I should be rounding up by now, right? God is first. God is first. Whatever you started that is prospering, God made it happen. Pastor Peter gave us a stepping stone. Chairman and I worked and we were managing money. We began to diversify. My diversification was in people. I believe that what succeeds most in life is people, not companies. I used to tell my people, companies do not succeed, it's people that do. Companies do not succeed, churches do not succeed, it is people. It is us that make up where we are today. So we began to make those investments in people. But we were working in our strength for a long time. We were working in our strength. I can count the number of times I came to church this year. So what happens is that so many things begin to come into your mind because you are moving away from your source. We are Christians. This is not something many people want to talk about. But I'm talking about it because I began to examine a whole lot of things. If not for, it is amazing that I have faith, I'm a Christian. But it was chairman that kept us up in the last 1 year. Why? Because he just does things. You want to clap? Yeah, do so. Thank you. Chairman. A whole lot of things happened. Competition came into the field. So many, I was almost like losing it. Even the MDs, the staffs we tell that it is recently I began to calm down. I was taking offense with everything, quarreling with everything. So please, when you begin to succeed in whatever you are doing, such occasions will come. When you begin to think that whatever you are achieving is because of your power, capacity. The capacity for more that we need is the capacity from God. Study, read books, go to school, do everything you have to do, but please put all your reliance on God at the end of the day. I want to say that wherever we are today, whatever we have done today, it is just because of God. You understand? Because so many times I would have lost it. So many times in the last 1 year. In 2016, we began to experience stiff competition in the business, very stiff. God's wisdom allowed us to do certain things we do that is keeping us in business, but yet I thought it was just by my power. God was at work, helping us. We have about 15 companies. P1 Homes has done over 100 estates. P1 Group has done over 100 estates today, but over 120 estates today. We have sold lands to multiply thousands of people. We have people in practically so many places that have bought land from us. You understand? But yet, last year, I was almost losing it. I want to thank God that somehow I have been restored. Yes, me personally, because I'm the group managing director, isn't it? So if I lose it, what is going to happen to the whole group? A lot of things will happen. So please, let us remember that whatever it is we achieve in life is not for us. It's not because of us. It is because of God. It is because of God. He said, what was it Apostle Paul said? He said, yet not I, but Christ that liveth in me, that made it all possible. You know, when I go back in time to how far the Lord has brought us, I have a lot to say. I can be very proud of P1 Group. So should I say I'm very proud of P1 Group? I think I can say I'm very proud of P1 Group, all that we have done and everything. But I want to leave this place, hand over this microphone by saying that anybody here can do the same thing. Just following the same principles we have used. Especially managing money. Managing money. That is where most people fail. Managing finances. You understand? I don't have a single gold in my wardrobe. Because I lost it to one chance one day. So I said I wasn't buying anymore. I don't buy certain things at all. It was just recently, today. When I traveled this last time, I bought a Prada bag. A Prada bag is like buying a plot of land. Before I could buy it, it's my ambassador that was with me in Rome sat on my head and said, Sister Jane, you must buy this. He said, GMD, you must buy this bag. That is how frugal I manage money. I think about money. So managing money is one of the most important things you do in your business. Because that will determine the next level. That will determine the very next level again. Especially when it is money that is entrusted into your care. Every money we have in land business is trust. Please, I promote land business, but please just give me 5 minutes. Let me now talk about the thing I promote even more than land business. Who knows? Is there anybody here that knows what I promote more than land business? Network marketing. I promote network marketing even more than land business. And I recommend it to everybody. Every time I have opportunity to do so, I will not end anything without recommending network marketing. If you don't have money to start a business, one of the best places to start is to start through a network marketing business. We run P1 Group through, I'm not marketing. No. We run P1 Group through the network marketing system. There are things that people go to companies to do, work. Some people will tell you they want to work because they want to gather experience. You can use P1 Group as your experience ground. Come and gather experience. And then you can use it to start. To become a partner with the P1 Group, now market. You need only 1,650 naira or 37,650. I can register 10 people. If anybody here wants to join, I can register you by myself. 10 people, 10. This is IFOV 10, right? 10 people. So if you want to, yes, I can see. And if you want to join, become a partner with the P1 Group, I'll register 10 people, and I will hand you over to the chairman to train and mentor you. And I want to believe that one day one of those 10 people will become something. I highly recommend network marketing. If you are not doing anything, you don't have a right, you don't have any reason to be using a phone of whatever amount. Go and sell that phone. Find a good network marketing company and join. There are two great things you get from joining a network marketing people. company. One, you learn how to sell. If you cannot sell, you cannot make money. Ali sells in very high levels. But I'm sure she started from somewhere. You understand? Learn how to sell. That's one thing you learn from network marketing. And it's free of charge. The next is that they give you quality education for free. They even beg you to come. They give you refreshment to come. They give you certain things. They give you various things you need to succeed. So if you don't have any business you are doing today that is making it possible for you to do something decent, and you have an Android phone or whatever they call any of those phones, you don't have a right to be using those phones. If you come to ask me for money and I see a certain phone in your hand, I won't give you. I will not give you money. I will tell you to go and join a network marketing stuff. You say what? Sell it, join a network marketing company, start with a small thing and work. And make money from there and take that money to something else. There is a network marketing today that a lady I know makes over 60 million naira every month. It is not P1. It is the product I have in the bag. Chima, where is the product? If you can go and bring it now. Every month, yes. Yes, 60 million every month. So it's not only real estate that can give you the money you need, other things. You know, Longreach? They're building a mighty big factory in Nigeria right now in this free trade zone. Multi-million-dollar factory in the free trade zone. Distributing products. I brought some. I'm ending here now. I cannot come for a program without giving something. That has always been my way, and it will ever remain my way. 2004, I was in SPAMIC, Silent Pastoral Missions College, and Reverend Wisdom Property, Reverend Adeoye came to teach us in class. He was in real estate, Wisdom Properties, New Creation Properties. And after teaching, he gave us $500. And I was sitting where I was, and I was saying, somebody came to teach. And after teaching, he's giving money. I was coveting it. I said, God, anytime I have money and I go anywhere, I must give something. And that is why wherever I go today, to say anything, I go with something I'm going to give out. Today, I told Chinwe, I told my people to come here with 1,500 tubes of toothpaste. I don't know how many people are here today, but everybody here will get at least one. And also came with the same quantity of deodorant, and I go give it out to everybody. You know, God so loved us that he gave. The Bible said that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. That whosoever believes in him will not, you know. When I see people holding back on things, it pains my heart. Because if people understand, the most important thing in life is to give. Whatever you have, give. If it is material things you have, give. If it is physical things, give. If it is spiritual things, give. Keep giving. You know, one day Pastor Philip said to me, after all my experience with people, I'm still able to do certain things. Because I cannot, you know, which of the men in the Bible said that even if, you know, he cannot even hold it back. That is the way it is with me. I can't even hold it back. Somebody will be annoying me, I will still be giving. My husband calls it the greatest gift I have. And you know the funny thing is that when people begin to talk about a gift you have, the thing increases. So the more he talks about it, the more I want to give. So in everything we are doing, when God begins to bless us, when God begins to give us things, one thing we must do is to keep giving back. You don't even have to wait until you have a lot to give back. Give from whatever you have. That is one secret of business. That is the secret that network marketing is built upon. Giving. People were doing real estate, collecting the money, eating it all by themselves. We started sharing it. We started sharing. The commission is 10%, we share it. And it's multiplying. Multiplying. We have paid commission to a single person of about $15 million, 14.4 at one time. You understand? That is a time when some people will vaporize with the money. Yeah, because they won't want to, but we've done it. So whoever is doing the kind of thing we're doing or planning to do the kind of thing we're doing, that is one thing you must do. Give what does belong to you. That thing that you are supposed to give out does not belong to you. If you don't, I said that when I came to your church, and I'm saying it even here, and I'll say it again and again. If you don't take away anything from this, take that away. Give with a genuine desire to really give. When I see the various people running the various P1 companies today, and I see the difference in their lives and in the lives of other people they are serving, what flows out of my heart is desire to do more. I told all of them, P1 Homes is going to do 12 affiliates. Each of you should do 12 each. If they do 12, other people does, the wealth will continue to spread. Like the first speaker said, we can change, she said, we provide our own security, we provide our own life, electricity, we provide everything by ourselves. We can also provide our own empowerment. That is why we say in P1 group that we are empowering greatness. If I do for you, you do for the next person does for the next person. One day we are not even going to need the government to be doing certain things. We will do it by ourselves. Do you understand that? Leave everybody on that note. Giving. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. None of us has ever given to the shedding of blood. All we give is material things. Simple things. Find somebody that you can be of use to and be of use to that person. You know, they say, there's a song we sing, they say, the place to be happy is what? The time to be happy. Somebody please help me with that song. The time to be happy is what? And the place to be happy is what? And the way to be happy is what? Make others happy. And then we have a little heaven right here. So, on a final note, please start whatever you need to do now. Start from where you are. Start with what you have. And let us leave God to do the rest. I see a lot of millionaires coming out of this house. I see a lot of millionaires coming out of this session. I look to the day that somebody will come to me and say, do you know I started a real estate business? And after that session, and today, people are doing it. Let us rise out of the house and also do the same thing.
Open. Being early to work and being early to your business place and keeping it open. The challenge for this level that you have gotten to, keeping the place open is not a problem because it's a big place now. It's a big institution. But for those of us doing businesses at different levels and stages, how did you, I want us to learn from you how you engaged at the beginning, getting the right people that will keep the business open. Because the truth of the matter is certain businesses are not such that the entrepreneur should be there every day to keep it open. Some of us are in businesses where in the morning, rather than go to the office, you go somewhere else. For instance, today we are here, we've been here for 2 days, we are going to be here for another 2. Some of us, because we are not there, those people will not keep that business open. And if that business is not open, how do you progress? So let us into how you started engaging those who understand your vision to keep that door open. Thank you.
I was about to say, I'm so blessed that I had maybe people then. And then I suddenly remembered one particular person. The first, do all corrections, do everything you have to do, but try to do it. So that they will also begin to do that thing. They may not do it the way you do it, but they will do it in a certain way that will make a difference. They may even bring better things into the business than what you have. So that's the way I work. That's the culture I've worked with. And in a way, it has worked for us.